Alright, today what we are looking at is total surface area. What total surface area is we have area, which is normally like that, but what happens when you have, for example, a 3D shape, like so. Right? When we're talking total surface area, it's talking about all the sides that exist and working out the area. So, okay, here we have an example of a rectangular prism. Now, three things we need to know for a rectangular prism to work out surface area. We need to know its length, we need to know its width, and we need to know its height. Okay? Reason being is that because in our formula, we set it up like this. So here we have length times height, length times width, and width times height. Basically, you're measuring all three or multiplying all three against each other, then times it by 2. So how does this look? So we're going to do an example over here. This is our example. Now we've got some measurements here. Here we have our length, here we have our height, and here we have our width. Doesn't matter which order you have it in. So we're going to set up like so. We've got 2 times length. So our length we've set is 8. And we multiply that by our height, which we set is 6. Okay, I'm going to just put a bracket on the outside as well. Then we have plus our length again, so 8. In this case, times our width, which is in this case 4. So we have our 4. I'm going to put a bracket around there to show it's separated. Then we're going to have width, which in this case was your 4, and our height, which was 6. Now you can see they're all being used twice. Alright, so then we're going to go down, put our 2 out, and actually solve it. So 8 times 6 we know is 48. We're going to plus 8 times 4, which is 32. And then we're going to plus our 4 times 6, which is 24. Now I haven't done the maths on this, but let's do it. So 4 plus 32 plus 24. So we've got 10, 14, carry the 1, 5 plus 5 is. So in this case, the 3 of them equals 104. But we've got 2 of each side, so this is the same as this side. This one here is the same as this side, and this one is here. So we can just we'll label 1, 2, and 3. So this is why we have to times it by 2. So it's 2 times 104 equals 208 centimeters squared. So that's your total area. So as long as you cover every side that needs to be done. Same with the cubes. Okay, we could do it in the same as a rectangular prism, but we have a cube, so every side is the same. So we know to work out the area of a cube is L squared. Okay, but we have 6 of them, hence why we're timesing by 6. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 squares using the formula L squared. Alright, in this case, 5 is what L is. Alright, so simply L or 5 squared equals 125. Now we've got 6 sides, so it's times by 6. Okay, we'll just quickly do the maths. So 5 times 6 is 30, carry the 3. 6 times 2 plus 3 is 15, and 6, 1 plus that equals 7. So our total surface area equals 750. Okay, so here we have a cylinder. The cylinder is broken into 2 parts. We've got 2 pi r squared, and we've got 2 pi r times h. Now, how does this work? Well, here we've got 2 pi r squared. If we break it down, we've got pi r squared. That is the area of a circle. Okay, but we have 2, so we times it by 2. As you can see, we've got 1 circle, and we've got the second circle here. Alright, so 2 pi r squared. Second part is for the wall. So we've got the wall here. So if you imagine unrolling a can, okay, this is the wall of the can but unwrapped. Now if you look at it, this bit here, 2 pi r, is actually the perimeter of a circle, or the circumference of a circle, but it's stretched out. So that gives you the length of your wall. Then we multiply it simply by the height, and you get the area of the rectangle. So hence the 2 times pi r, which is your circumference, times by height gives you the area. So how does this look? So we just get rid of that and start again. So we're going to now break this down into its equal parts. Okay. So we know it's 2 times pi r squared, so we're going to make r 2. So we're going to have times 2 squared. Right? We'll break that down even more, so we'll just put an equals, and we know that it's going to end up being 25.13. Alright, so then we move on and we break the second part down. Right? So we know that's 2 times pi, and we've made our radius 2, and we're going to make our height 10, just to make life easy. Alright, sorry, that's a 10. Alright, so we're going to break that down. So we have 2 pi r h. And multiply that out, you've got 125.66. All you need to do then is add these two answers together, and you end up having 150.79 centimeters squared, and that's your total surface area for a cylinder. Alright, so here's a nice one. It's a cone. So basically we want to find out the surface area of the cone. So what we need to look at is this rule here. We need to know pi, we need to know radius. So pi, radius, and length. That's all we need. So how does it work? So we're going to say that radius equals 2. We'll say that length equals 3, just nice easy numbers. So let's set it up. So you've got pi times radius, which is 2. Then we're going to have radius plus your length, so it's 2 plus your 3. Okay, and then we work it out from there. So if you put this all into the calculator, so pi times 2 is roughly 6, a little bit over 6, we know this is 5, so you know the answer is going to be roughly 30. Alright, so if we break it down, we rewrite it, so 2 pi times 5. So all we get is 31.42, nice and simple, and then you've got the correct. Okay, so here we have a pyramid, but it's a square-based pyramid, as you can see with the square at the bottom. So straight away we know we need to break this up into its separate shapes. The first thing we do is the easy one. We'll work out the square. And we know it's a square because of the lines, and it's got 6. So to work out the square, L times L, or L squared, in this case we've got 6 squared, which equals 36 centimeters. Okay, so that's the first step. So that's step 1. The other bit we know about the shape is it has triangles. This is step 2. Now we have 4 triangles. Okay, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so all we really need to do is work out the area of one triangle. Now up here we know the base is going to be 6, as it tells you. Okay. Now it does say 5 along this line, so what I'm going to say, just make it easy, is we're going to make that the height. So 5 centimeters is the height. So we know it's base times height divided by 2. And if you simplify that, 6 times 5 divided by 2, which is 15. Okay, so each triangle is 15 centimeters squared. We have 4 of those, so we times it by 4, giving us a total of 60 centimeters squared for the triangles. Yes, from there it's simple. We'll grab it, I'll just delete it. We know that the square was 36. We know that the triangles times 4 equals 60, and we just add them together. So 60 plus 36 equals 96 centimeters squared. And that's it.